We came from Houston, Texas. And I came down here because a friend, a classmate I used to go to school with, invited me, come down. And we came. I had a car. It got wrecked. Her boyfriend wrecked it. And she put us out. And no family down here, so we was just on the streets. We just kind of funneling around, didn't know resources, didn't know anyone. So we ended up just living on the street. No covers, no tent, no nothing.
I came here in '02. I moved here with my ex-wife and her kid. And my mom bought a house here. And she and the kids live in the house, so we had a little frustration, I'll say. And I gave her the house and just pretty much walked away.
So I loaded up my van and here I came. And my youngest daughter had an apartment at the time, so I was staying with her for a couple weeks, and then she lost her apartment, and so needless to say, everybody was kind of homeless.
Currently, around 5,000 people are experiencing homelessness in our city. For these individuals, every story is unique, and circumstances are different for each person. In short, there is no one reason someone ends up losing their housing. But in Denver, the number one cause is known.
Apartments like $1,400 a month. It's hard.
Absolutely, the number one reason that we find people are experiencing homelessness is the lack of available affordable housing, that their income does not match the available housing that is affordable, and there's not enough of it. What we know is that more than 115,000 of our households here in Denver are housing cost burden. That means they're spending more than 30% of their income on housing. That's 1 in 3 households here in Denver. And probably a little more distressing is the fact that more than 46,000 households are spending more than half their income on housing. That makes it really difficult in order to afford medication, food, medical costs in general, other expenses and bills. And so we see that people are really feeling the stress and burden from housing cost burden.
You got to get roommates or you got to live with other family in order to be able to live, because, and even when you have 3 people working, you know, it's like you're working just to pay the rent.
Additionally, for many individuals who were already struggling with these housing cost burdens when the pandemic hit, the resulting economic downturn proved too much to bear, and it led to a drastic increase in loss of housing.
COVID-19 hasn't made anything better. And what we know is that it has made homelessness much worse. When we look at March of 2020 and March of 2021, that's more than a 54% increase in guests in our shelter in just that year alone. And that is a dramatic increase. When we look at our point in time count here for the Denver metro region, we saw nearly a doubling in newly homeless individuals counted. That is a big impact to our region, to our city, and to our communities.
Denver's Department of Housing Stability, or HOST, is actively working to address this issue. The staff works with partners across the city to build affordable housing, create policy, develop innovative solutions, and come up with resources to help people avoid a housing crisis or help them resolve their episode of homelessness if they do find themselves outside. For more stories, check out Denver's YouTube page or tune in to Denver8.tv.